Yo, 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 welcome back to the Northgate site for a due update. So I'm going to walk you through where we are currently. Scaffolding's coming down next week. We're finally done on the roof, we're done on the windows, all the masticing, everything's done. These windows will get done last. We do, however, have to crane lift in our AOVs, which is going to be a bit of a ball ache. So we'll leave the side alleys up, but all of this stuff will come down. Over here, we've had to do a bit more excavation work because this is going to be where our main supply comes in. And we'll have our plant room just here. We've got the electric feed that will come in up there, and then the water feed will come in here. Stick up our box with a manifold on the wall. They'll come in, essentially trench in the new water supply, which is only about 8 meters that way, whereas the electrics comes in on the 8th of Feb, and that's got to come from about 84 meters away. That'll take them 8 days to come here, fit all that in, and then finally all our services are upgraded. We haven't actually had a nightmare with the services in this one. It's been fairly smooth so far. I say, cross fingers massively, that they don't cancel the appointment. But this is our AOV, absolute beast. Initially we thought we could carry it up, but we can't. We can't carry it. It's just, it weighs like half a ton. So this is a mechanical opening vent, which we have to put at the top of the stair core and at the top of the main lobby on the top floor. And the only way to put that in is with a crane. But what that will do is, in the event of a fire, any smoke can get pulled up through the ceiling out to the open air. But yeah, a bit of a chew with that, cost of a crane. All our stair cores moved now, so we've got a whole new staircase in there. Took the old one out. And then we've got 4 apartments down here. This one's had its metal framing and first fixing. This one, same thing, metal framed, first fixed. So this is an example of one of the 1-beds. We'll have another 1-bed in here, but that's not being framed yet. So that's 4 1-bed apartments down here. Staircase all plastered out now. So this will be pretty much left to the end of the job to do the decoration. We're gonna get glass balustrades as well, which will look very nice. We'll skip the ground floor, go to the top floor. So this will be where our landlord cupboards are. We'll have one here. We're going to put a sink in, bit of storage for cleaning supplies, and then another big landlord store in there where we'll have product, shower tracks, plug sockets, just spare light bulbs, spare things you might need throughout the building, and then a washing machine as well. Entrance to all the apartments. We've got 5 apartments here. We've got 2 2-beds here, which are now got their first coat for decoration. So you see we have a big bathroom in there, and then bedroom, bedroom, kitchen, diner. You see kitchens going in here now as well. Looking pretty snazzy. So we've got 5 kitchens in. Another 2-bed in here. This is the exact same condition. We've got the first coat on, and kitchen nearly finished as well. Big 2-bed here. It's just finishing its taping and jointing now. So it's nearly ready for its first coat. As you can see, kitchen going back here, this will get fitted next. They've already started some of the second fixing as well.
Right, some of the viewers won't know what taping and joining is. Could you explain?
Taping and jointing, so rather than plastering or skimming all of these walls, we just tape and joint where the joints are on the plasterboards and catch all the screws and holes and things like that. Flatten it over, and it's a quicker process. The only problem is this time of year is you've got if it's too cold, it won't set properly, so we have to bring all these heaters in, and you can't heat it too much. You've got to heat it just about the right amount, so there's a good circulation in the apartments. But it's a quicker way of doing it if you've got good taper and jointers. If not, then it can be an absolute nightmare, which we've experienced on this job already. So bedroom there, bedroom here. But the thing with taper and jointing is you have to go over it in layers and sand it back. And if you don't have a good taper and jointer, then they sand it too much, and then you go back over it again, and then you can end up damaging the board. And we had that on one of the apartments. Yeah, it's just covering up little screw holes and things like that, flushing them over with the board, and then you just paint straight to the board.
So for the whole building, that's a lot of work.
It's a lot. I mean, you can see here how high these ceilings will be and how much to do, but it'll be a hell of a lot more work skimming it. But skimming gives you a slightly better acoustic performance, and is slightly better on the wear and tear, because if you bump the plaster, there's a bit of protection to the board, whereas if you bump onto the board, then you damage the board. This 2-bed apartment will be done last, because we're bringing up all of our supplies through this floor from the ground floor, so this should start getting tackled in the next week or 2. But they have managed to crack on with the mezzanine, which is looking sick. So massive bedroom in there, 2 bathrooms here, a nice big kitchen diner where Max and John are cracking away. We kept that little light feature up there, the little responsible for all of the dry lining in this building. This facade of the building is protected in a conservation area, so where we can, we're trying not to replace windows, and then wherever we do have to, we're putting in secondary glazing with trickle vents, but they're not openable. which I'll show you upstairs. But this will be a kitchen diner. Then come up to the mezzanine. This is a quirky bedroom, and this is the single glaze. This is the stuff that's protected. So rather than replace it with like-for-like double glazed timber, what we're going to do is replace these two obscured panels here for clear glass, so then you can at least have a nice visual outside. And then we're going to insert a double glazed UPVC unit in all of these ones on the front that are exposed, and then poke in trickle vents at the tops. So they've got the ventilation, they won't be openable, but it's more cost effective and just easier for us on the maintenance, and we don't have to mess around with conservation area issues and getting like-for-like timber. So it's been an easier solution on this one. Just before we hit the ground floor, this is where one of those AOVs has to go. So we have to essentially box in a riser here all the way out through the loft void and then out the roof. And we found out that we might not have to actually square it off at the top because it can sit at 30 degrees. Which is a little bit better for us because it's slightly less work. But obviously how you get that AOV up there, we thought you could take it apart and then put it up there, but you can't. And if you do, you void the warranty on the AOV, so we're not going to do that. We're going to get a crane, and it's going to have to lift it in. So we build this up to the underside of that roof, and then stick the AOV on top. So if there's ever a fire, then this is a sterile zone where smoke gets drawn up out from the floor, up through the ceiling. Into the open air, and that's then this compartmented lobby between the apartments. And the reason we had to do it is because we were a few meters over on the escape route from the end apartment to the stair core, and we tried to configure a way so we could get around this, but it ended up being as costly as doing this, if not more, so we might as well just do this.
You mentioned it's triggered automatically. Is that by heat?
By smoke alarm system. So smoke alarm goes off, AOV shoots up. We've also got a dry riser coming in here as well. So the dry riser will be out there for the fire brigade if they ever have to come, plug in their hose and then attach it at any distribution point in the building. And that's going to run up here to the top floor, bottom floor and middle, which is another thing we're getting the detail on now. Then you've got this quirky 2-bed in here. We'll run through it quickly. Kitchen's pretty much set in. Big bathroom, nice big bedroom, quirky bedroom in there. We put a Velux in the roof, and we'll get 2 beds in there. So, and then this will be their storage cupboard as well. So it's quite a big bedroom actually. Yeah, another 2-bed apartment here. As you can see, you've got a first coat of paint on. These will all be white ceilings. The whole of the building is going to be white ceilings, other than the show apartment, which is here. Welcome to Les Show apartment. Still needs a fair bit of snagging. We wanted to get this done to get ahead of some marketing shots. And you can see the finish we're going for on the SA. There's an example of one of the bedrooms.
Oh, looks nice.
So that's an example of 2 beds in a bedroom. We might not do desks in the rest of them. I don't think it's necessary in the bedrooms, but we gave it a go. And then this is an example of just double bed in the bedroom. Looks quite nice. Bathroom suite. We've gone for the matte black accents. It just looks really, really nice. And then tiled the unit as well. And then we've got these beautiful sliding doors, really good quality, just solid doors, compared to like getting a bifold mechanism which can break quite easily. I think this is quite a nice finish, bit of colour, but nothing too snazzy. And then we've dressed this room as well, kitchen diner over here, which is just a nice space. So all of these units have a kitchen diner rather than separate reception rooms, which is a modern finish anyway. And then yeah, really nice Howden's kitchen. This is MDF, and it's quite expensive for what it is, because if you get it in grey, no difference in material, just a grey colour, it's about £1 cheaper. So that just shows suppliers, if there's an in colour, they'll mark it up. All of this in here, yeah, it's a nice little lounge area. So we might, in other units, we might kit it out a little bit differently. It's still a bit empty, this room, but yeah, ultimately seating, mounted smart TV. TV's a bit big, probably make them a little bit smaller than the others. But this is considered a high-end finish in Darlington. There isn't much stock like this. And we know that on a serviced accommodation basis, we're going to smash the rents compared to the competitors who are taking old houses, like 3-bed houses, sticking some beds in and calling it luxury SA. We know we're going to wipe them out of the water. So that's the idea. And we've got a 1-bed in here. So this one's getting along nicely. Bathroom, bedroom, kitchen diner. Kitchen is in. We had such a fiddle with this kitchen because it was this much out from this wall, so we had to pull away some of that boxing and we'll have to put it back in. And we had to cut up one of the units, so a bit of a chew. We had loads of mould as well this time of year. This whole wall here was just full of mould when we came back from the New Year's. But they bleached it all and got rid of it, and there's no sign of damp in the walls, so it's the moisture in the air at this time of year. So then we've got 2 3-beds here, so we'll go this way first. This one's starting to get tapered and jointed now as well. Big bathroom, bedroom with ensuite. And this one we could let this as a HMO as well, perfectly reasonable. Big bedroom, and we'll have kitchen there, big dining area, and another bedroom to the back here. It's about 86 square meters. That's a big apartment. And then that has its own front entrance as well with lobby. And then just before we go out the front, we'll show you this 3-bed. So this logistically has been how our materials are getting in from the front for the upstairs. So we've got 2 pallets of blue plasterboard coming in still, all the sound block stuff, and that's going to go up through that way. So we're not going to stud this one out until that's done. We'll have a bedroom here that will get boxed in, a bedroom in the turret, and then kitchen diner here. Big bedroom here. We get 3 beds in this. There's a massive bedroom, 2 beds there, 1 bed there with their own ensuite, which is quite large as well. Got 1,500 space for a shower tray there. A big communal bathroom as well. So now we'll flip around, walk out the front, show you the front of the building. I want to get away. And then we're out the front onto the high street. And there she is, the Beaumonts, which we've renamed it. It's going to have up and down lights on the sides where the columns are. So it'll be lit up at night. We'll have security cameras. We'll touch up the side alleys as well so they look smart. The whole building is going to look beautiful. But yeah, that's the Northgate building. We'll do an update when it's completely finished as well. Hope you like the show apartment. Like, comment, subscribe on this video. And as another service that we do as a business, we've now not only set up our own lettings agency, so we manage all of our own stock, but we also offer a sourcing division. So if you're an investor, we go out and we find HMO projects, and then we convert them on your behalf. We manage the whole process, and then on the back end, we can even manage the lets, and it's 100% owned by you, the investor. We'll target in 5 and 6 bed HMOs, and they can produce anywhere between £3,000 and £3,500 gross a month. Typically, half of that is your net take, so you're looking at about 1,500 quid net from a HMO investment. Money back out if you get a mortgage to roll it again and buy some more. And that's something we're building up massively this year to diversify our business so that we're generating different revenue streams. So if you're interested in that, hit us up at info@beaupartners.co.uk. Look forward to hearing from you, and can't wait to get this project finished.